Whoa! It's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. I'm in my room, in my house, Malibu, California, 9 o'clock at night. I just had my first surf session since I returned back to the United States of America. And it was a rad one. You know, the swell finally came up, and at first I kind of bummed out. I went into town. I needed to go buy some more pens for my creativity. And I was driving back, and I stopped down at Malibu, a.k.a. Surf Rider, because, you know, that's like the premier wave, and it was packed, and you couldn't even park a car, and you couldn't stop and check the surf, and it was just a madhouse. And so I abandoned ship there, and then I went up to Westward Beach, which is the world-class closeout that we have. And it was just all backwashy and closed out and funky wind. And then I drove around the point to check out, you know, Big Doom and Little Doom and stuff. And there were just people everywhere and nowhere to park and cars and doing it and madness, right? So I all of a sudden I felt myself going back to the failed surfer's dream, right? All of a sudden I was like, whoa, dude, this is too gnarly for me. But I guess this is how much things have changed recently in the last couple days, and also in the bigger picture, is instead of allowing that like dark thought to like enter me about surfing and where I'm at and what's going on, I decided to be proactive about the situation. So I instantly called my one surfing buddy, Matt, and I said, hey bro, this is what's going on, and I want to go surfing with you because I'm about to start tripping out. And he's like, all right, man, we'll meet at 5:30 and we'll go surf, because the deal is Little Doom, the point break, is a private point break, and you need keys to get in the gates, and all my boys have keys. So I called Matt, and he was like, we'll meet at 5:30, and I got home, and I was like, 5:30, that's like 3.5 hours off. I'm like, I need to like I was starting to trip again, so I called my other bro, Tommy, and I'm like, Tommy, this is what's going on. And he's like, let's go surf right now. And I go, okay. So I met him down at the gate, and we suited up and headed down there. And what happened was I had a magical surfing moment. There's this wave out there called Gully, which is usually just a big, I don't know, kind of mushy wave, but every now and then it gets really good. It's like a peak. There's like a left and a right, and there was two kids out, right? This is where it gets interesting. So Tommy's like, I'm going to go surf this other wave, the rock, down the thing, or go down to Hut, which is down there, but there were people down there, and you know, I wasn't ready to deal with the crowd yet. So I paddled out at Gully, and the kid who's out there is the kid Lucas, who was the kid that was at LAX airport last summer when I was on my way to London, and called me out when I was making the video walking through the airport. So boom, there's Lucas, back in my dream, high frequency tribe member. He's surfing, we get to talking, and all of a sudden, like, I begin to catch these like really good walled up right-handers. Like, one's like, it's sort of a mushy wave, but these were like walls where I could drop in and do big turns and just lay it on a rail. And I haven't gone right in like months, because Chile is all left. So it's my first right, and I got 6 of these like really good, powerful waves that I was able to just surf completely with and just get in the one with it. And I had the magical session, and then the surf stopped, and I got really cold, and I came back home, and my roommate Skyler was here, and he's like, let's go surf. So we went back down to Little Doom, but we went and surfed. I went and got one more wave at Gully, and then I went up to the point, and this is where it was really cool. All the boys were out, and some of the girls too. But it was like a welcome back moment. Like, everyone was like just saying hi and super stoked. And, you know, Tackleberry was out, and Matt was out, and Keegan was there, and Pete Mayotte was there, and Stockwell was there, and it just goes on and on. All the boys were there. Matt and his wife Jill were there. Curtis was there. And like it was like a check-in. Like everyone knew I'd been down in Chile for 2 months, and everyone was stoked for me and like welcoming me home. And it was really a cool feeling. It was like, I was like, what a way to enter the surfing world around here with such a graceful, easy moment when like 6 hours before I thought it was just going to be like a shitstorm and a bummer and a negative trip. But I didn't allow that negativeness to get a hold of me. I combated it with like karate moves of a spiritual nature. And I'm really glad to be home. You know, I think that sometimes I live in the past about how I used to exist here in Malibu. You know, I used to be sort of my own pariah and really isolated and really anti. And I don't know if people were that stoked to have me around back then, man. You know, I was sort of a dark energy. And I think when I was making that video down in Pichalimo before I left about the Seppos and the whole thing, I think that was a lot of like residual energy that's still attached to me, man, because you know this is my home, and I went through a real dark period here, and unbeknownst to me, sometimes that template, if you will, inserts itself into my mind, and I see it through that template. And it's just very cool that I'm going through these like changes to like embrace more and not dwell in the negative templates and like free myself of these thoughts and to live not in the failed surfer's dream, but in the successful surfer's dream. And so this, as my first session in Malibu surfing, was thumbs up, super rad, super pumped. I'm just super stoked to see all my friends again, and super stoked to know that I have friends. I think it's really easy out there on Spaceship Earth to think we're going it alone, and that's just not the case, man. There's people all around us who care about us and who are stoked to see us, and we just have to allow them to be stoked, and we have to be stoked to see them. And it was just one of those things, like the waves were great and all, but it was just really cool to see my friends down at the beach. Jackson was there on his pink surfboard, and I'm sure I'm leaving a couple out, but man, they all know. They all know I love them, man, and I'm just stoked to be home, man. Stoked to be surfing in Malibu with my friends, dude. It was a really rad day, and it could have gone really the wrong way, but it went the right way, and I think that has a lot to do with, you know, the spiritual interaction I had the other day with the healer, and just my own ability to let it go, just let it go, just let it go, just be in the now, be in the now. So I just thought I would report to you, the viewers, about like a very like stoked moment, because I know some of you have been following the videos, have know that, you know, I've had my troubled emotions about surfing. Surfing means a lot to me, and it's a real deep part of my life, and sometimes it gets the best of me. But today, it embraced me and loved me, and I'm super stoked about that. So that's the Illusion Report, first day of the swell.